Okay, brace yourselves. In his first 3 days as president, Trump lied 5 times in what I would consider a big league way. There's lots of little lies that we don't even have time for today, but already 5 major lies from Trump. And what's scary about this is that a lot of the lies are about really mundane, disprovable stuff. So, as President Trump, here is a list of Donald Trump's lies so far since his inauguration on January 20th. Number one, he said that God prevented rain. It's already crazy, Pat. He said that God prevented rain during his inauguration speech. It's actually not true. Quite the opposite is true. The rain started as Trump started his speech. I guess we could also call it alternate sunshine. It wasn't rain, it was alternative sunshine or something like that. Choosing to lie about the weather of a televised event. Yeah, you're sort of going out on a limb there, aren't you?
I love how it's a lie, not because he uses God to support his claims,
Yeah.
but just on the fact that it was raining during his speech.
Of course, yeah. Then we could say, well, does God really control the weather? Number two, the inauguration crowd stretched to the Washington Monument. That's been completely debunked and untrue. We talked about that yesterday. Number three, Trump said that the inauguration crowd was 1 to 1.5 million people. Debunked that yesterday. Small attendance, smaller than prior inaugurations, smaller than the protest attendance the following day. Lie number four from Trump. Again, we're only about 96 hours into this presidency. Lie number four from Trump. He claimed that he is the person who's been featured on the cover of Time magazine the most times of anybody, claiming 14 to 15. So sort of two lies there. Number one, Trump was only featured on Time magazine's cover 11 times. And number two, it's nowhere near the record. Richard Nixon on the cover of Time magazine 55 times. And lie number five from Donald Trump, we'll deal with this more at the end of the show. Trump has again claimed that 3 to 5 million undocumented immigrants voted for Hillary Clinton. Of course, just no evidence of that whatsoever. Can you imagine if President Barack Obama had bragged about being on magazine covers, even if it was accurate, which is not here? He would have been eviscerated by Republicans.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, some of these lies are over issues that are so trivial that people like President Obama or even President Bush wouldn't even bother to delve into. I mean, you were just elected president of the United States. I mean, this was a very humbling and a great honor for you.
Should have
and
been.
you're sullying the moment.
This will be, imagine the lie list after a month. I mean, we're 96 hours in, folks. And again, the content of the lies is not the important thing. In fact, it's more disturbing because these are lies about really mundane stuff. And Trump isn't doing it casually. He's making a big deal out of a lot of these issues and lying about them. He had Sean Spicer, his press secretary, out there lying on national TV about the crowd size stuff. None of these lies individually are significant. What is significant and horrifying is that Trump and his team, including his press secretary, are doubling down about demonstrable, provable lies. This is not a mistake, Pat. This is part of the strategy. If you constantly say outlandish stuff and there's a constant stream of untruths, it becomes totally normal to some and less crazy to others. And then you can't really be sure about anything. It's actually a strategy, even if it's an unconscious one.
And credit to the media who was actually able to call him out for his lies. And some are going in the direction of calling these things mistruths and falsehoods. I think you have to call it out when you see it.
These are lies. Yeah. Alternative facts may be, I mean, it's so far, it's the word of the Trump presidency so far, the phrase of the Trump presidency. Really disturbing that the lies are about such mundane stuff. If you're going to write to me and say, David, these are mundane things, that's why I'm so concerned about it.